welcome back to Mixtape, and I'm sitting here with the lovely Omarion.
So I have a question for you.
Uh-oh. Alarm bells are ringing right now, go on.
What's up with the dragon?
Oh, well, it's not Drew Hill, let's just say that. Because everyone always says, right, the tattoo, it's like a Drew Hill tattoo. It's not. I was very young at college, and I just was rebellious. And it's just like, I seen it in the tattoo shop, I was like, I want that on my arm. I've got a question. What's with the bow tie?
Oh, well, the bow tie, well, first of all, let me say this. Anytime, when I'm rocking something, my attire, it has to do with the time period. It has to do with, what's going on. Most of the time I'm either in vintage tees or, I'm rocking like, the formal gear, with the bow tie. See, this is vintage polo, by the way. Okay, with the Americano on the back.
Nice.
Anyways, but the bow tie really, historically, comes from a time where, I would say, black people, this was our way of being fashionable. We were.
So is it a statement?
Yeah, we wore bow ties. So I'm really representing my culture, to the fullest.
And that's what it's all about?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about looking fly and representing your culture.
You should always look fly, though.
Oh, no, every day.
Really?
When you wake up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What, walking around your house and everything, you look
Louis
fly?
Vuitton socks.
Oh, come on.
No, it's fine.
Okay, I want to talk about Young Money.
Yeah.
You were with them for a while?
Yes.
But you didn't sign to them, right?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, we were in the process of signing, but really, I really just evaluated, the situation. And one thing that I can say, they're well off, well talented group of people, and aside from Wayne, all of the new talent, first and foremost, I have to say that he understands what it is. He has the eye. He respects the artist. And really, that's why I was really entertaining the idea of really putting my career in another artist's hand. But when I thought about it, I really came to the conclusion for myself that, like Wayne's doing arenas, sold 1 million, I've done that too, And really, all of my career, I've really been, kind of dictated to. And what I mean by that is having to be so young, I'm used to kind of hiring people to do their job. And probably the last 2.5 to 3 years, I've really just done my research on what it is that I really want to become and how my business should be handled. So I really exercise just making the best choice for my life. And I really felt like at the end of the day, if I wasn't successful or if I didn't become what I wanted to become, I wasn't gonna leave that in a record company's hand or even another artist's hand. I was gonna leave it in my own hand,
So you came to a point and you were like, well, you know what, I can do this myself. I've got the experience.
Well, it wasn't even that I could do it myself, because no one can do it themselves, but it was like, well, what am I really signing up for? Is it gonna be,
No, when I say do it yourself, but what Young Money you're doing,
right.
You could create that for yourself.
Yeah.
And you can employ people to work for you.
Right. Well, I mean, I still could have done that with Young Money. I think that my thing was more or less that, I really have established something without an establishment, and that's really how I look at it. Like, I'm established, whether or not, I might put an album out or I haven't had an album out in 2 years. I have more experience than someone that hasn't put an album out. So do I want to establish or associate myself with someone that's just popular right now? That's really what it came down to. It really came down to, me just asking myself, do I really need,
But that shows you've grown as an artist in the industry to come to a point where you say, you know what, this is what I want for myself. I know what I want. I can take that risk and do that for myself.
Right.
And that's what, obviously, people out there, there's young singers and artists. Right. What advice would you give them if they want to take risks or to be creative?
Well, the one thing that I would definitely say is at the end of the day, when you're going to look for something, you can't send no one to go find it for you. You can't send, even if it's lost, you always, as you know, as a man, as a human being, or as a woman, you want to know that, like, you look the best with, like, okay, well, I lost it, so, well, let me go over there, even though it's, you know, a mile away, you know, or, you know, an hour away. You know, you wanna feel comfortable and confident with knowing that, well, damn, I just lost it, or I can't find it. You know, let me figure out how to get it back. Then, you know, leaving someone up to that task. And for new artists, you know, I would say, really understand, like, right now, the period of time that we in, when we talk about the 21st century, like, you have artists that's like Soulja Boy and it's like Drake, that solely got their shine and their recognition through the internet. So at the end of the day, don't be greedy, because you will need people, but be selective and be sure and do it yourself. Because right now, the way that, you know, the industry is, and even people, you know, they want to own you, you know.
But saying that though, you know, you've been, like, the time that you've been here, obviously when you started there must have been people that said, no, you can't do it. What kept you going?
Even still now. You know what I mean? Not that I can't do it, but they always have something negative to say. I believe, you know, and my team believes. And I know that at the end of the day, if, you know, I'm performing in front of 10 people or 10,000 people, if I change 10 people inside of that 10,000, or if I'm performing in front of that 10 and I change all 10 or 2, I did my job.
Okay, so let's talk about the album.
Yeah.
I have to say, Speeding, love that track. I have to say, that is a track for the ladies, and you did make that for the ladies, didn't you?
I did.
And your recent one, you've got I Get It In,
yeah,
Get It In.
Yeah.
You sound so different on that.
Yeah.
But I have to say, that I'm just going to put it out there, he actually sounds really sexy on that.
Thank you.
So what made you go for the new sound?
Well, really, none of my peers are taking gamble right now. No one's taking gambles. You know, they're
You're all about the gamble, aren't you?
Well, this is my thing. I don't want to be around because I had 3 #1 hits that, you know, were good songs. I want to be around just like Michael Jackson was around. I want to be around just like people that changed sonically the sound of how music is made. I want to be known for that. I want to be known for, you know, doing stuff that people said couldn't be done. Like, I've been trying to figure out how to float forever. You know, like, that's a question when I wake up in the morning, what I ask myself. So, you know, it's not necessarily the gamble, but there is something interesting about risk-taking, because, you know, you can fail or you can succeed, but that is still on the path to greatness, you know. Einstein wasn't always Einstein to people, you know, and I'm sure to his mom and his friends, they probably was like, why do you think like that?
So that's making us think, what are you going to come out with next?
Well,
we don't even know.
Well, you got to see. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be entertaining, and it's always going to come from the heart.
And we didn't think you were going to cut your hair off.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's another risk. Not a risk, but it was like you kind of just went for it.
Yeah.
So what else is coming up for you?
Well, I'm really just excited about life right now. You know, of course, we're focusing on the music. You know, I've been in the studio, you know, while I've been in London, and I've been enjoying all the sounds. So, you know, I'm definitely, well, I'll tell you this breaking news, okay? I was in the studio last night.
Okay.
And myself and my brother, we came up with a new sound. And instead of it, you know, being called, you know, UK, we call it New K, like in UK. So the sound.
So it's New K now.
So it's New K, yeah, because no American artist has ever came over here and really been influenced by the music. And it's funny because I was asking my brother, I was like, yo, do you see how these people move inside this club?
So what are you thinking about the scene over here?
I love it because, let me tell you why it's so interesting. Because back home, songs, you know, they have like really popular songs at the most have like a 5 or 6 to 8 month run. Okay. Here, I came 2.5, 3 years ago. Migraine Skank just came out, bubbling in the club. Still to this day, I play that song in the club. It's like it just came out.
It just gets everyone going.
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. That's to me what, you know, culture is missing. You know, it's like very few songs, very few artists, maybe like Kanye West, Beyonce, like real respectable artists,
yeah.
you know, that are not just into singing or performing, they're into the art of it. You know, they have songs like that for people, but there's not a lot of artists back home like that. So a song, you know, that comes out now, 3 years later, like, okay, this is one song, you know, that it's like, I don't care when you play it. When we hear it, you know, it's like Summertime by Will Smith. Summer. When that song, like, that's a classic. That's what I do it for. I do it to create a classic.
So any collaboration with UK artists?
Oh, yeah.
I hear something with Tiny. Is it true?
Well, you know, Tiny is like, you know, we were actually working, you know, the last time I was here in the UK, we were working together. You know, so to see him successful, you know, I'm really excited for him. I'm really happy for him. So yeah, definitely. But, you know, I'm putting something together right now. Something real dope. Something real hot.
Really?
Big tune.
Can you let us in?
Big tune. Well, I don't want to, you know, because the vibe got to be right, you know. But it's definitely some UK artists that, you know, the people know. You know, but it's definitely going to be for the clubs.
It's going to be something big.
Yeah, it has to be.
Okay, finally, message for the fans.
I love you. You know what I mean? Live your life happy, you know, through positive, you know, messages and feelings, and, you know, just know where there's a will, there's a way. You know what I mean? Thank you for supporting Omarion, you know, as long as I've been around, and just, you know, continue on watching it grow. You know, I want to be a part of your life. You know what I mean? I want to be a part of your culture and a part of your history. Omarion, sign out.
Thank you for taking time out to talk to us here on the Mixtape. See, I said ladies, I did it for you.
And we love the ladies. Ladies.
He loves the ladies.
Take
and the
care
ladies
of yourself.
love him.
Pamper yourself, you know. Take care of your skin.
I was listening to you on Westwood show, and you guys were going, and ladies, and they were really going for it, and they could have gone forever and ever and ever.
It was good. It was pretty funny.
Thank you. Omarion right here on the Mixtape.
Peace.